Be me, head chef and owner of the Iron Skillet. Inherited it from my dad 2 years ago, along with a mountain of debt and a leaky roof. Place is old school. Grease in the grout, flickering neon sign. Regulars who have been sitting on the same stools since the Nixon administration. I love it. I also hate it. Work 80 hours a week. Smell permanently like onions and stale fryer oil. Social life is non-existent. Bank is calling every day. They send a financial restructure consultant to evaluate if we're worth saving or if they should foreclose. Great. Expect some old guy in a cheap suit. Tuesday morning. Prep time. Door opens. It is not an old guy. It is a woman. Sharp business suit, heels that cost more than my car, hair pulled back tight, holding a tablet like a weapon. She looks around the dining room with visible disdain. I walk out from the kitchen wiping hands on a rag. Apron stained. 5 o'clock shadow. Look like a raccoon that learned to cook. Can I help you? She looks at me, eyes like ice. I'm Victoria from the bank. I'm here to audit your operations. Voice is crisp. Zero warmth. I sigh. Kitchen is back here. Try not to slip. She follows me. The audit begins. It is hell. She stands in the corner of the kitchen during service. Just watching. Taking notes. Typing constantly. Doesn't speak. Just judges. Sous Chef Marco leans over. She's staring at you, chef. She's staring at the food cost, Marco. Focus on the risotto. 3 days of this. She criticizes everything. Portion sizes are too large. Menu is unfocused. Why are you buying premium butter for the complimentary bread? I snap. Because it tastes better. It's hospitality. She doesn't blink. It's bankruptcy. Cut the butter quality. I glare at her. No. She raises an eyebrow. Excuse me. I said no. This is my kitchen. We don't serve garbage. She stares at me for a long 5 seconds. Closes her tablet. Fine, keep the butter. Cut the staff hours. No. Then raise the prices. Regulars won't pay it. She sighs, rubbing her temples. You are impossible. Do you want to lose this place? I slam a pan down. I want to serve good food. If the math doesn't work, make it work. That's your job. She looks stunned. Nobody talks to the bank lady like that. She straightens up. Challenge accepted. Dynamic shifts. War has been declared. She starts showing up earlier, wearing slightly more practical shoes. Still in the suit, though. She reorganizes the inventory, negotiates with vendors, actually saves us 10% on produce in the first week. I'm impressed. Don't show it. She catches me looking at her spreadsheet. Surprised, she asks. Mildly. I'm good at what I do, chef, even if you're stubborn. Friday night. Disaster strikes. Dishwasher calls in sick. Line cook cuts his finger, has to go to ER. We are slammed. Full house. Ticket machine is screaming. I'm drowning. Marco is panicking. Food is dying in the window. I'm about to 86 half the menu. Victoria walks into the kitchen, sees the chaos. She puts her tablet down, takes off her blazer. She's wearing a silk blouse underneath. Rolls up the sleeves. Walks to the sink. Washes her hands. What are you doing? I bark. You're short-staffed. I'm expo. You're a consultant. You don't know the line. She grabs a ticket. Table 4 needs apps. Fire 2 calamari, 1 bruschetta. Marco, how long on the steak? Voice projects. Clear. Authoritative. Marco blinks. 3 minutes. Make it 2. Chef plating looks sloppy on the bass. Wipe the rim. I freeze. Did she just tell me to wipe the rim? I look at her. She glares back. Did I stutter? Wipe the rim, chef. It's getting cold. Instinct takes over. I wipe the rim. Service continues. She is a machine. She organizes the tickets. Times the courses perfectly. Runs food when the servers are slow. Doesn't sweat. Just pure efficiency. At one point, she steps next to me on the line to garnish a plate. Smell her perfume over the garlic and smoke. Expensive. Floral but sharp. Distracting. Focus, chef, she murmurs. I almost burn the scallops. End of the night. Last customer leaves. Kitchen looks like a war zone. We are exhausted. Leaning against the counters. She's covered in flour and a spot of marinara on her blouse. Hair is coming loose. She looks a human. I hand her a bottle of water. You didn't suck, I say. High praise. She takes a long drink. Your inventory organization is still a nightmare, she replies. But she's smiling. Just a little. Small smirk. Marco whispers to me later. Dude, the bank lady is scary. Yeah, but she saved our ass. Yeah. Next week. Things change. She's not just the enemy anymore. She's part of the team, but she's still the bossy consultant. We argue constantly. About the menu. About the wine list. About the font size on the specials board. It becomes a game. I cook something. She critiques it. I tell her she has no taste. She eats the whole thing anyway. One afternoon, testing a new sauce. Reduction is tricky. She walks up behind me. Too close. Smells burnt, she says. It's caramelized, I retort. She reaches around me, grabs a spoon, dips it in the pan, tastes it. Her face softens. Okay, that's acceptable. I turn around. She's trapped between me and the counter. Space is tight. She looks up, eyes widen slightly. Tension spikes. Air gets thin. Just acceptable, I ask. Voice lower than intended. She clears her throat. It needs more acid, a touch of lemon. She slides out from the gap. Walks away fast. I stare at the sauce. Add lemon. It tastes better. Damn her. Weeks pass. Business is picking up. She's working miracles with the marketing. But the debt is still huge. Stress is high. Saturday night service. Worst heat wave of the summer. AC is struggling. Kitchen is 100 degrees. Tempers are short. I'm yelling at everyone. Marco is crying in the walk-in. Victoria comes in. We have a VIP at table 6, food critic. I don't care if it's the Pope, table 6 waits their turn. I yell. She steps into my station. Gets right in my face. You will care. This is the break we need. Get it together. She grabs my shoulders. Physical contact shocks me. Look at me. I look. Breathe. You are the best cook in this city. Prove it. Her eyes are fierce. I take a breath. Nod. Okay. She stays on the line, calling orders, keeping the pace. I'm in the zone. Flow state. She hands me a plate. Garnish now. I hesitate on the placement. Don't think, just do it. She points to the spot. Yes, ma'am. The words slip out. Loud. Kitchen goes silent. Even the fryers seem to quiet down. Marco stops crying. I freeze. Did I just say that? I never call anyone ma'am, especially not with that tone. That obedient tone. She pauses, looks at me. Slow blink. Corner of her mouth twitches up. A dangerous smile. Good boy, she whispers. Only I hear it. My brain melts. System crash. 404 error. Dignity not found. She turns back to the pass. Table 6 is up. Runners. Rest of the night is a blur. I am on autopilot. Every time she gives an order, I jump. It's pathetic. It's electric. End of shift. I'm hiding in the office. Doing paperwork. Trying to process the fact that I apparently have a praise kink for the bank auditor. Knock on the door. She walks in, holding 2 glasses of wine, expensive stuff from the reserve cellar. She kicks the door shut, sits on the edge of my desk. We got a 5-star review. She slides a glass to me. I look at it. We. I manage the critic. You cook the food. We. I take the wine. Thanks. You were good tonight, she says, swirling her glass. Focused. I look away. Yeah, well, motivation helps. She leans forward. Is that what that was? I choke on the wine. I don't know what you're talking about. She laughs, low and throaty. You're terrible at lying. Stick to cooking. She puts her glass down, stands up, walks around the desk. I'm sitting in my chair. She's looming over me. Power dynamic is all over the place. So she says. So I reply. Are we going to keep pretending? Pretending what? That you don't want to kiss me, and that I don't want to ruin your life in the best way possible. Direct. Efficient. Just like her spreadsheet. I stand up. I thought you were here to fix the restaurant. I can multitask. I kiss her. She tastes like expensive wine and victory. She grabs my apron strings, pulls me closer. It's messy and desperate, like the kitchen during a rush. We break apart, breathing heavy. This is unprofessional, I say. I'm a consultant. I'm technically a freelancer. HR rules don't apply. My staff will talk. Let them. Marco already knows anyway. Marco knows. Marco knew before you did. He has eyes. We date. Secretly. Well, secretly. We make out in the dry storage room. She leaves lipstick on my coffee mug. I start cooking her dinner after close. She eats sitting on the prep counter, swinging her legs, telling me about her day. She's actually funny. Dry, sarcastic sense of humor. Hates incompetence. Loves cheese. We fight. Passionate, loud fights. About the business. About money. You need to cut the staff. They're family. Family doesn't bankrupt you. Then we make up. Usually involves her yelling at me until I kiss her to shut her up. 6 months later. Bank is happy. Debts are manageable. Place is profitable. Her contract is ending. Realization hits me like a frying pan to the face. She's going to leave. She's a fixer. She fixes things and moves on to the next disaster. I'm just a job. Depression sets in. I start snapping at Marco again. Food quality dips slightly. She notices. Tuesday night. She comes into the kitchen. Not in a suit. Wearing jeans and a sweater. I've never seen her in jeans. She looks soft. We need to talk, she says. Dread coils in my stomach. Here it comes. The "it's not you, it's the ROI" speech. We go to the alley out back, sitting on milk crates, smoking, classy. My contract is up on Friday, she says. I look at the asphalt. I know, you did a good job, place is saved. The bank wants to send me to Chicago. Big hotel chain needs restructuring. I nod. Throat feels tight. Chicago is nice. Pizza is weird, though. She looks at me, annoyed. Is that all you have to say, pizza? I throw the cigarette away. What do you want me to say, Victoria? Don't go. Stay here in this greasy spoon with a stubborn chef and make half the money. Yes. Silence. A delivery truck drives by. I look at her. What? Yes, that is exactly what I want you to say. Why? Because I hate hotels, and I hate Chicago. She stands up, paces in the narrow alley, and because I've never eaten better food in my life, and because she stops, looks at me, vulnerable for the first time, because you listen to me, eventually. I stand up. I can't pay you what they pay you. I don't care about the money. I have money. I care about the project. The project is finished. We're profitable. You're the project, you idiot. She pokes me in the chest. You're still a mess. You work too much. You eat terrible food while serving kings. You need management. I smile. So you're offering to manage me. Exclusively. She crosses her arms. But I have conditions. Of course you do. 1. We hire a real manager so you can take a day off. 2. We put the risotto back on the menu. 3. You marry me. I blink. That escalated quickly. I'm efficient. Why waste time? She looks at me, waiting, terrified behind the mask of confidence. I grab her hand. The risotto is a pain to prep. Negotiable. And I get to pick the music in the kitchen. Fine. Then yes. She lets out a breath she was holding. Smiles. Real smile. Bright enough to light up the dirty alley. Good decision. She leans in. Now get back in there. Marco is burning the garlic. I go back inside. Marco looks at me, grinning. You look happy, chef. Shut up, Marco. Fire table 10. 2 years later. We own the place. Bought out the bank. Renovated the dining room. Kept the kitchen the same. She runs the front. I run the back. We fight about the specials every morning. We go home together every night. Sometimes during a rush, when the noise is deafening and the heat is unbearable. She walks to the pass, looks me in the eye. Chef, I need that lamb now. And I say, yes, ma'am. And she smiles. And for a second, the whole world is just us. And the food. And the fire. Best bad investment I ever made.